Good luck today. Lucas he's got to do his paperwork, so Lucas will come in, okay?
Awesome.
Good morning and welcome to Fay and Oval on a magnificent Newcastle afternoon in July. In August, actually, now we are. I beg your pardon. David Redden and Lucas Holmes will be joining with you shortly for this important women's fixture between the Warners Bay Football Club and Singleton. Kendall Clausen, David Redden and Lucas Holmes will be joining us shortly. Just a couple of minutes away from get-go time. Our umpires today, Isaac Cruikshank, Zali Mertens and Rachel Robinson. And our goal umpires, the two of the best in the league, Nellie Biden and the boss, Christine Burrows. And our boundary umpires, Finn Flanagan and Noah Furness. Now, we've had a few technical issues here today, so we're calling off. We've got a much smaller screen. I'm calling off a lot of it going to be on to the natural eye, so just bear with us, please. We'll do the very best we can. Great to be with you. First time in a long time to call Warners Bay, and I do mean a long. And it's also the first time in months that we've called Singleton, so can't wait to bring in this fixture. Cannot explain how good a day it is. It is in the sunshine. It is magnificent here at Warners Bay. It'll be 18 to 20 degrees. Slight breeze. The breeze at the moment is going across the field. So as you're watching the screen, it's from the bottom to the top. There's a cross breeze coming. It actually helped the team kicking to the right of screen in the plate game, but it has moved around more to the west. Whistles have come. Warners Bay break. Jade McPherson, the face of the AFL HCC website, strolling out to halfback. Got the hair right, Jade? Is the hair right? Is the hair right? Going the wrong way. Singleton going out to position Tori Coburn, who is a seriously talented footballer, going into the centre. Interested to see how Singleton go today, and Warners Bay. Jess Newstead, by far the better half of the relationship between Kane Gibbs and Jess Newstead. And Jess is going to start in the ruck. We're just about ready to rock and roll here. HCC women's competition. Rachel Robinson with the football. And it's rock and roll time. And we are away. First contest, Newstead gets a right hand to it. Comes out with a little short handball. Coburn, not for the first time this season, has a bounce. One bounce. Two bounces, Coburn. She's almost a chance. Gets a handball away. Now what can they do from here to Dogan? Can't pick the ball up. Away come the doggies. Down the line. Oh, well read. Really well read there by Howard, who's not without talent, Brianna. Howard goes all right. Coburn looks like she's going to be ruck roving all day. Drives that ball forward. Krebs sitting at fullback. Gets hands to it first. Unusual to see Di not in the ruck, but she's sitting at fullback today. Out that ball comes. Goes out flank in front of Coburn. Got the little screen here. That's actually, Kendall, that little screen's actually quite effective, mate. It does the job. So we'll make do with that. Helps me, especially at distance, it's going to make a difference. It's actually been called deliberate. So that's an out of bounds free kick. That's interesting. Coburn goes square. Kai McBride, a good mark. Just outside 50. Had all sorts of problems in the last couple of years with the reductor muscles on both sides, Kai McBride. It's wonderful to see her actually out there. Dogan should finish, really. And shanks it to the right. Singleton, one behind. Warners Bay yet to score. A minute and a half gone here at Warners Bay. Again, it is a glorious organised. People down south and in Victoria who are watching us wouldn't get an understanding of how glorious a winter's day it is. It is just magnificent. Di Krebs got the football now. She's going to come back to position here at fullback attack. Take her kick. That ball went a long way. A slight delay. Crab looking to a non-dominant side. Now she plays on and goes to her left. Interesting kick and but it's actually effective. Goes out towards McBride. Drops a chest mark. Oh, well done. Very, very, very well done, actually. Out towards Elliott. Howard. Singleton with all the play early on. Kai McBride, hands up. There's the gun, Coburn. They can't tackle her. One bounce. She's a chance, Tori Coburn. Kicks it low. Over there's Liz Moore, experienced footballer. Out of there comes Wellings is in there. Coburn, has she got a left? She hasn't. Takes him on. McPherson chases. Tori Coburn! Hit the post. That last-ditch effort by McPherson just put her off. And we have the score at Warners Bay. Yet to score. Singleton 2 behinds. I'm seriously looking at it. You'd be cracking up laughing, viewers, if you saw the size of the screen that I've got this afternoon. It's about the size of my hand. Kendall's sitting there chuckling away. Our wonderful EP. He's had an interesting morning, the great man. Done a great job. Kreb gets that football out. Kai McBride might take a chest mark. Played representative junior football. Kai and senior footy. Knows what she's doing. Kicks that ball forward. Kreb, who has lovely hands, Diane Kreb. Goes right. McPherson at half-back. Low driving ball. McBride with the soccer tactics. Liz Moore over there. Over there's Amber Lawrence. The ball stays in. I don't know how. And the boundary umpire calls that one out of bounds. 3 3/4 minutes gone. Singleton up by 2 behinds early on. They've had all the play. Good tap out there from Edsel. No, it's not Edsel, it's Butters in 13, my bad. And McPherson's over there just to the back of this contest. As is Sam Delaney in 5 on the left. She's got Moore for company. Caitlin Wolf and her beloved number 99 with the doggies. Crab smartly lets that ball go out in front of Boyce. And I'll be a throw in here. Deep in defence. So Crep staying at fullback, starting at fullback with Jess Newstead in onto the ball. Interested to see if Di ends up on the ruck. Newstead in this contest, gets it out right-handed, good strong player. Great tap. Interesting kick and picked off by Tori Coburn. He's been the best player on the ground the first 5 minutes by a long way. Tori goes short, picked off however. Lovely marking effort there. Straight down the spine. This is the way to open up play. Over there's Hamilton, again an experienced footballer, gets a free kick and gets a free kick for possibly being legged. Hamilton looking at her options, goes down the spine. No one Chucky Baker sitting at the bottom there. Was happy to tell me she kicked 4 last week. And is that a free kick to Tracy Baker? It is. Too far out to score, Tracy, although she's a pretty decent kick of a football. Goes wide. Almost a mark there to Clark. We're competing in the grand final sprint for Warners Bay, Gabby Clark. Gets rid of it. Coburn gets rid of her. Out there towards Gall. And on in front of us, Sam Lawrence comes on in to give Jess Newstead a break. I'm wondering if Diane Krep will come up from fullback. No, she's staying where she is. Interesting to see takes the kick out. And that's a behind to Warners Bay. Warners Bay, scrubbly old kick. Warners Bay 1 behind. Singleton 2 behinds. We've gone 5 3/4 minutes. Lucas Holmes will be joining me at the start of the second quarter after finishing his umpiring and duties and paperwork in the plate game, which he did a good job as always. Almost a mark Moore. Oh, lovely handball. Magnificent, actually. Finish it. Does. Lovely work, Abby Lynch. Very clever work. Goal, Warners Bay. Warners Bay 1-1-7. Singleton 2 behinds. With thanks to our major sponsor, Hunter Havel, and also Brian Hilton Havel at North Gosford. So early start there. Singleton has had all the play. Warners Bay get it up there and take full toll. 5 points of difference. Warners Bay in front. Old Boys Day here at Fane Oval. The last home game of the season. Warners Bay finish off on the road at Wyong Lakes, Tacoma actually, and Maitland in the last 2 games of the season. Good work there from Butters. Wolf gets that ball out wide up to the far flank. This is where that TV screen comes in. That should be holding the ball against Clark, not paid. Wolf flying over there. Steps inside, puts a couple of evasive movers on and gets a kick away. but Elliott can't stop Coburn, who's been BOG so far. I would think that Tori Coburn will be in the top 6 or 7 in the league in BNF count on the 4th of September. It will be live streamed on Bar TV. September the 4th from the Belmont 16 Footers Club. Big night, massive night. Should be a great event for those that attend. Campbell out wide. Rosie Holmes, the manager of the Warners base, was telling me that Campbell's coming back off after a 4-week break due to some problems with concussion. It's good to see her back up there. I just hope she's right. Hamilton in there. Clever handball out to Delaney. Delaney's going to kick that in front. Soccer's in front. Kicks it inside 50. Lynch, the goal kicker. Goes with another soccer out to her coach Baker. Can she step McBride? She can't. More off the ground stuff from Edsel. Over the shoulder, I would have thought. And might be paid there to Clark, and is. Clark gets an over the shoulder free kick. Give it back to her correctly. Short and wide. Lynch keeps it in on a non-dominant side. Baker's on her dominant side. Thump. Good kick, Baker. Oh, it's marked by Hamilton. She's on a tight angle, though, Emma Hamilton. She's played on. Goes, that's so unselfish. And finds Sam Lawrence in a much better position to kick this goal. Well done, Hamilton. Lawrence getting herself in the right place at the right time. And will kick from about 18 or 20 metres out here. Almost straight in front. Driving ball. Shanks it terribly. And it stays in. It hasn't even made it for a score. And it's out of bounds. 9 minutes gone first quarter, sorry, my bad. Warners Bay up by 5 points. 1-1 to 0-2. Excuse me. It's a long day today, 3 games of footy for us. Lynch a second! She's done it. Very clever Abby Lynch. Lynch's second goal today. Warners Bay 2-1-13. Singleton 2 behinds. With thanks to another one of our major sponsors, the Belmont 16 Footers Club. You can find them at 16s.com.au, or also you can find them on Facebook. They are the home of the AFL Hunter Central Coast, and on the 4th of September, tune into Bar TV for live coverage of Elliott Davey Middle Night from the Belmont 16 Footers Club. Their Palladium there, or their function room is magnificent. And, of course, Tim Ustaff defending his Elliott Davey Middle. And very interesting to see how he goes in this year. He's missed a couple of games. I think Connor Haswell's going to be a chance. So will Andrew Scott. Especially with Bracington playing every game. I think Scott's going to get a lot of votes. Might we get a long Elliott Davey medal. Hamilton in front again off ball. Hamilton's causing all sorts of problems at half forward. Particularly low to the ground, actually. Hamilton goes wide. Baker's loitering with intent. Over there, that was... wasn't Baker, actually. That was... possibly Petter Elliott in 37. Lynch going for 3 and 5 minutes. Smothered. Back here to Elliott. Back to Lynch on a dominant side. Squares it up. Keeps it alive. Baker sniping. Good bump, Tracy Baker. That's Delaney getting that one out by hands. Got to stay on your feet. Oh, good tackle, Brianna Howard. That should be holding the ball, and is. Very good tackle there. Howard making that tackle on McKenny. Or are they giving the free kick to Moole? Yeah, Liz Moole's going to take this kick. 11 and a quarter minutes gone, second quarter. Moole deep in defence for the Roosterettes. Goes low with an almost reverse torp that goes about 60 metres. Really does get the desired result. Over there to Lydiard. Pops it up in the air. Hamilton to take a 4th or 5th mark this quarter. She's been unstoppable at half forward, Emma Hamilton. And for a diminutive play, she's getting her hands on the floor line. In front, Baker. Too strong for Howard. Plays on, Tracy Baker. Falls short, mark. Jedrzak. Now, will she run around here? She's right-footed. It's a tight angle. Low. Goal! The end of the big last 7 or 8 minutes for Warners Bay. 3 goals in a real hurry in the minutes 7, 9 and 13. Goal to Jedrzak and the score check. Warners Bay 3-1-19. Singleton 2 behinds. With thanks to ISC, Awards Are Us, and CFM 101.3. Your FM station on the Central Coast, CFM. Again, Old Boys Day, if you're not doing much in the Lake Macquarie District, get down here and watch some good football. Come and have a refreshment and a feed and enjoy Old Boys Day. Wolf turning onto a right, gets it out to Delaney. Too much speed, Delaney flying down the middle, and that's the improvement in the game, is her kicking skills. Lynch taps it out. Clark, who's been very good. Baker's at the back, loitering. Can Chucky get her hands on it? She can't this time. Now Baker's in there with a chance. Can she keep it in? She can. Over the shoulder from the coach. Hamilton, goal. Great football, Warners Bay. And Emma Hamilton scores a much-deserved goal. The score 4-1-25 and to Warners Bay. And I'll just get that number right for Hamilton. I think she's at 58. I'm just going to scroll down. It is. 4-1-25, Singleton, 2 behinds. And we think Subway Morissette, Bar TV, Central Coast Physiotherapy, and Tyre Power for their support of the AFL HCC. 13 3/4 minutes gone. Lucas Holmes to join the after quarter time. Warners Bay put on 4 goals in a real hurry here. Butters wins that one out. Brilliantly roved by Delaney, who's been having a purple patch in the last couple of minutes. Hamilton again's got a much taller player, but she's leading her astray. Howard now gets her hands on the football. McBride's gone to centre half back. Goes wide. Over there is Gall. Got a chance of picking up a boss. He does. And smartly gives it to Coburn. Jess Newstead about to come onto the ground. The much better half of the Newstead and Gibbs relationship, as I've been told to say many times today. Kanye, of course, will be playing in the first grade later on this afternoon. Again, Corey Coburn is such an athlete. She's been a great footballer for the moment. She set foot onto a football field at Rose Point Park. Although that time picked off brilliantly by Sammy Lawrence, who's spending some time on the ball. And Newstead will probably go into the ball herself in a moment. Coburn sitting at centre half back. Picked off by Elliott. Baker in front. Gets the ball to ground level. Hamilton roving brilliantly. Hamilton showing no left foot there. Gets a right hand handball. Picked off by Coburn for a 13th or 12th possession in a quarter. And I'm not joking. Out here wide is Lydiard in 10. Being chased by Blair Dermody. Gets a kick to it. Should be a push in the back to Brianna Howard, I would have thought. Against Howard, is it? That's an interesting decision. Small books picked off by Coburn. Great tackle. Not paid, Moole. Coburn just got rid of it. Moole runs away from Lawrence, Amber, and finds Madeline Edsel out there on centre wing. Off a one-step drop. And that should be holding the play out. Free kick to Breeze. Right in front of the new Telegraph polo there, you can see with the markings around it. 16 minutes gone, quarter number 1. Warners Bay up by 23 points. Good tap out. Oh, well done, actually. Really well done. Gets a posse. McPherson lets the ball hit her feet. Out here from Moosley. McPherson comes late. Tackle start. Can't stop the kick. And there's the wise head of Dykrep at fullback. Going to come non-dominant side. Got to be a mark. Was. Very good take, actually. Goes wide. Oh, should it? Coburn pounces. Will probably take a bounce. One bounce for Tori. She's been better off having a ping herself. And the ball bounces with a bit of a Muriel off break. Stays in. Nadine McBride's up there. Hits it back and it ends up going out of bounds. Good morning, Ryan Stanton. How are you, sir? Good to see you, great man.
That's right. Didn't want to interrupt you.
Not a problem, sir. Always good to see the great man. Come and have a chat on the microphone, big fella.
No, that's microphones and me don't go well together.
Very well. We have an injured play here. This is Yellows Dogan, and we hope she's okay. Doesn't look it, to be quite honest. Quite a bit of concern here. Play has stopped. She's sitting lying on her face here. She is conscious, but not in a good way. Just 1 second, I'll go off there. Have they stopped the clock, mate? Have they stopped the clock yet? No. Have they stopped the clock? No, thank you. Oh, look out, here's trouble. It looks like an angle injury. Kane Gibbs has already been potted in the last couple of minutes with his missus just going on there onto the ball. So Dogan's going to be helped off, but plays continued in the background. I heard you two characters. I want to come and have a quiet word before Louis gets on. When you use this, mate, right up close, okay? Welcome. It's a great welcome to the Warners Bay full forward in the Black Diamond Cup. Kane Gibbs. Kane, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David.
Kane indicated early in the week he wouldn't have minded a chat on a microphone, so here he is, the great fella.
Always happy to have a chat.
Jess got a few taps early. She's going okay.
Rucking very well today.
Indeed. Although beaten in that contest by Butters, who's got a good leap. Looks like Jess right-handed in that ruck. She writes right-handed. Yeah.
Right-handed, yeah.
Yep. Flying out the middle. Straight into the centre. Who's going to get the football first? Lynch, who's kicked 2 goals this quarter and looked likely. Goes wide. Baker with Howard for company. Chucky will want to turn onto her right here in a minute. Nutmegs her. Oh, she's nutmegged Kaya McBride brilliantly. Keep it in, Emma Chester. She does in front of her. Great handball out to Elliott. Warners Bay looking the part here. Lynch again. Should give hands off to Lynch. Get on the left and kick a third. Lynch! Misses to the side. Warners Bay 4-2-26. Singleton 2 behinds. Big task this afternoon for the Black Diamond Cup side. Kane Gibbs against the league leaders, Terry Galavoka.
Will be, but we've got a very strong side in today, Dave, so should be a very interesting day.
When you watch the plate competition and you see McKenna, Cyril, Nickel and Metcalf all playing in the Magoos, it must be a strong side.
Got people knocking on the door on that Resi side, so...
Howard misses a mark. Elliott whacks it on the right foot. It's a perfect kick in the long run and ends up straight in the hands of Lynch, somewhat fortuitously. Lynch, this would be pushing you for distance, I reckon. Gets it up there. There's the breeze, just taking it right to left. You see it on screen. And a behind to the Doggies. Warners Bay 4-3-27. Singleton 2 behinds. How'd you go cards this week, big fella? Did you have a win?
No, I had a loss last night, actually.
No good. Thank you for the drink, Louisa. Appreciate that. No good?
No good.
And that is quarter time. Stay with us, Kane. We'll have a short break.
No worries.
Warners Bay 27, 4-3-27. Singleton 2 behinds. We'll be back with you shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Got the sack.
That scoreboard's wrong. That scoreboard. I've got it as 4-3-2 behind, so is it?
4-3.
She's read the
4-3. I'll go and fix that up.
You were talking about Lockwood Devil? Is he seen it yet? Lockwood Devil. You can't call him the phone.
Afternoon, how are you?
Newcastle Jets.
Oh, yeah, no.
Jets, man?
Yeah. Jets and rugby, so I thought I'm not. We were laid up in Singleton, playing Singleton. I was like, oh, right. I'm mixing there, double this. Watch them charge around. Because it is a golden day for it.
So, run. Both then he didn't play at all, both So anyway, our blokes are now on the phone. So we're reasonably confident that Sydney will be in the lead. Welcome back to Fay and Oval. I'm speaking with the great Jack Downey and Kanye, Big Kane Gibbs. Both looking forward to a big afternoon of football against a pretty powerful Terrigal Avoca side. I suppose it's fair to ask both of you while you're here. How are teams going to stop Terrigal Avoca and Newcastle City making the grand final? How are you going to go about it? Jack Downing joining with us. G'day, Jack. Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
I think it's a relevant question.
Yeah.
I've got you both here, and Warners Bay is going to get into the bottom half of the six. How do you go about it with the play just about to start in the second quarter? Please go. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I think they've got such a strong midfield, and they're well drilled. They're such a tight unit. It just comes down to making sure, I think, matchups and working hard throughout the centre. I think, especially our games against them this year, I thought our backline and our midfield are working pretty well. But they're pretty strong. So, if you can find a way to combat that, I think, you're doing all right. And we'll certainly have a nice test on our hands today. But no, looking forward to it.
The last time that Warners Bay played Terrigal, it happened to be on Bar TV. And I thought that we made comments on air that Warners Bay actually didn't play bad batches of football in the day.
No, I'd agree.
But they were too consistent for too long.
No, I mean, yeah, definitely. And that's what it comes down to, that 4 quarters. I mean, we sort of started pretty slowly, and, we sort of, Terrigal came out of the blocks pretty quick, and we were a bit asleep in that first quarter. So I think you find that if you have a look at the score sheet after that first quarter, it was quite a tight contest.
And the reverse happened in the prelim final last year in Killarney Vale, whereas Warners Bay were almost, I think it was like 1 point at half time, but it whacked them in the first half. And then there was an injury to Ben Crawley.
Yeah.
We ended up, I think Warners Bay ended up with 19 and 20 on the bench, and it made it very difficult. But yeah, you've got to play 4 quarters against both of them. I can't see you. Oh, is that Louis, is it? I can't tell. It's not. G'day, mate. That's a behind, I think it is, just off to the side. Warners Bay 4-4-28, Singleton 2 behinds. I had a good look at Newcastle City last week playing Cardiff, and they launch off half back. Connor Haswell was extremely important. I was fascinated to see last week Nick Tomlinson went and man-marked Haswell, with Haswell playing at half back.
Yeah, right.
And it was an interesting look. Not many people have marked up Haswell because he's so destructive on
that's
half back. No, there's Warners Bay's got it. Just things started to come together, and with players coming to full fitness, eventually the side will be almost at full strength, with the exception of Isaiah Olsen eventually.
Yeah, I think so.
Spinksy coming back next week. Looks like he's put his finger into a generator to spark his hair up.
Yeah, that's right.
And
but no, yeah, we're certainly getting closer to having that side that as you said, that full strength side. But having said that, I think we've been playing pretty good football anyway. As I said, we've been a bit unlucky on a few occasions where just starting slowly. But yeah, still playing relatively good football.
Now, did you manage to get Kane Gibbs to have some goal kicking practice during the week, Jack? Any chance after the lads kicked 7:23?
No, it was a bit of a different situation for me. Usually I'd be playing in the forward line, and I probably would have contributed to a few of those behinds. But playing at the back line, it was a bit of a different story. So yeah, we did a little bit of goal kicking throughout the week. A lot of set shots and running play. So
good mark, Lawrence. She's really kicked off this half in good nick, Lawrence. Goes forward. Oh, that's good football. Where's Baker roving? Should give handball off to Chucky here. If she gets on the right, she's lethal. Tracy Baker! Got a very good right boot on a Tracy Baker. Warners Bay 5-4-34. Singleton 2 behind. 3 minutes gone. With thanks to our major sponsor, Hunter Havel. Go ahead, mate. Yeah, look, I just think I'd love to get your opinions as well, but the team in that bottom 4, I think any of those 4 sides can beat each other in the day. Singleton pushed you last week. Killarney Vale are solid.
Yep.
I know Ustaf's not playing this week, but he'll be back shortly.
Yep.
Cardiff, I think, are not playing great football. And Warners Bay. So, whoever gets those, and then there's another. I suppose you just got to worry about that semi. And as I said, there's a very good chance that Warners Bay will get that semi-final in Maitland, which is great for the club. with supporters and people, and it's easy for our players to get you because it's so nice and close.
No, definitely. I mean, as you said, on any club, any team on their day, that top six. I mean, you see Singleton beating Cardiff the other week,
and convincingly.
Yeah,
they didn't just beat them; they belted them.
Yeah. So I think, as you said, any team on their day, and I think those top six sides, it's. I think in the last probably 2 years that the strength in that top six is starting to that gap's bridged, I think. So yeah, it's certainly getting interesting.
You've got a lot to live up to, Lucas Holmes over here. We've got a new recruit over here doing a great job. And ball held up here at half-back flank. Warners Bay up by 32 points. Very good start for them. Emma Chester, who's walking in front of us at the moment, is a really interesting player. She came on in the grand final in 2016 while playing for Nelson Bay. Good tap out Newstead. Kane Gibbs is nodding his head on the sideline there. Delaney is absolutely having a picnic here, but it's interesting. Singleton to put two of their best players in McBride and Brianna Howard across centre half back. Coburn, who was BOG in the first quarter, shrugs her head because she doesn't get a kick there. Ball kick to her, but it's just interesting. It's a few. I was mentioning off air the guys. Singleton lost a couple of players this year, in particular Talia Thompson, and it shows. But they're out of here having a red-hot crack. Jack, anything else you want to say before we head back to Kanye with Lucas Holmes loitering with intent in the background, the great man? After a pretty good umpiring display in the play, he did a pretty good job.
The boys said he did a good job, so we're just keeping the seat warm for him. I'll hand it back to Kanye.
Thanks, mate. Thank you so much for your time. Really good to talk to you. Kanye, mate, you've got a lot to live up to. Jesus, he did a good job there.
I don't think I can live up to that at all.
Coburn, a 10th bout. Oh! If you watch that on replay, have a look at the inside-out step she just put on Gabby Clark. Wicked right foot step, like watching Jackson Crawford at his best. Out here towards Spratt. And Lucas hasn't seen the television we're using yet here today. He has now. We've had an interesting morning. Poor old our EP, the great man Kendall's had an interesting morning. Kanye, you've personally had a couple of years with a series of leg injuries. Are your legs starting to come back to what they should be, mate? Are you close?
I feel like the legs are getting there. But in saying that, we've now had an upper body injury this year as well, so I think the body's just breaking down, to be honest.
Maybe a big off-season for you, big fella, and get out there and get on the track and do some swimming and run. And
I think so. The pre-season's already started, actually.
Has it?
Has, yes. It has needed to. With not getting a pre-season in this year and injuries throughout the season, it hurts, yes. And
a couple of big games, obviously, today, then finishing Wyong Lakes and Maitland for the Black Diamond Cup side. Looking to hopefully to get two good wins and get some confidence coming into a possible final against Cardiff in week one of the finals.
I think a good game today and those two games following.
Lovely football.
Working on our structure coming into these games could be very crucial.
I think so. Short ball. Where's Baker? Chester's in there. Baker's sitting waiting for a handball here. Oh, that got out. It's gone out of bounds. Baker's on her own. She's still on her own in the forward pocket. Yeah, as off comes Kane Gibbs' better half. Jess Newstead is doing a good job in the ruck today. That's actually been a good contest in the ruck. And Emma Hamilton, who was quite brilliant in the first quarter, comes on and changes the structure a bit for Warners Bay and gives them a bit of a smaller but more running outfit. Wolf should finish. Does. Gives it the two-hand salute. And Warners Bay well on their way to a good win here today. Caitlin Wolf's first goal. Warners Bay 6-4-40, Singleton 2 behinds. So yeah, a big end of the season coming for the club and for yourself as well. You're going to be, and I believe you're spending a little bit of time on the ball, not just playing full forward, big man.
Yeah, last week had a bit of a go in the ruck, which was a big change up for myself, but happy to do it, whatever the coach asks.
Look, all the best of luck today. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. I know you want to come and say hello. Anyone who need to cheer out, mate, cheer out to you, folks, or anyone like that while you're here?
No, that's okay.
Lucas Holmes is loitering with the tent in the background. All the best. Thank you so much. Make sure that if you get another chance, come along and say hello. It's always good to talk to you, big fella.
Thanks, Dave. You too.
Yeah, mate. And good luck today, and good luck for the rest of this. We just all hope that you can get your body right in the next season and a half, because you've been in a Black Diamond Cup side of the year before, and at your very best, you're one of the league's premium power forwards. So good luck with getting your body right and just getting everything right for the rest of this season and beyond, mate.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, mate. All the best. Thank you very much to Kane Gibbs. Always good to speak to Kane. He's a good friend and a good fella, and great to have him on board here. And coming in to join us after umpiring, as we said so well, he's actually getting his own chair. He's Fleet Redden's chair, got his own folding chair. And it's a very good afternoon and a warm welcome to one of my good mates and our chief commentator in the Black Diamond Cup, Lucas James Holmes. Lucas, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to be joining you a bit late. Things have to be done, administrative work, but we're here now. That's all that matters.
Very good to speak with Jack Downey and to Kane Gibbs here as Chris Bishop walks past. G'day, Bish. Good luck today, mate. All the best. Good to see you, pal.
Go! Go!
Very good.
Go!
Chris Bishop being very flattering, which is nice to see. Master coach is Lucas Holmes. I've learned so much just listening and watching that fellow. I know you have as well. We're both quite impressed with him, aren't we?
We sure are, David.
Jade McPherson, the face of the AFL, gets that down the line. Kai McBride setting up across centre half back. How's your week been, Louis? How was things at uni, mate?
It was good. Good to settle back in, but always good to be back here as always. Back at Fane Oval. Haven't been here so far this season, so it's good to be back.
That's extraordinary that you haven't been here. That is just amazing. Emma Hamilton takes that mark. Emma Hamilton's killed it in the first quarter and a half, Louis. She's been superb. She got 8 touches in the first half. First quarter.
Good to see her back amongst Australian rules football as well. Quality player is Emma Hamilton.
It is, and is experienced again. And you can see the experience in the players in Warners Bay. They've now been playing for a while. They're putting on a good performance today. They're actually playing like a top 6 side at the moment. And this is all without Rachel Evans. Rachel Evans is now there. Neither is Elizabeth Brown. So it's a younger and dynamic side and gone. You'll be looking forward to calling Terry Gillavoca and Warners Bay this afternoon, Lucas James.
It will be good. Will be, David. A couple of big inclusions there. One particular being Angus Darling for Terry Gillavoca if he stays on that extended bench. Indeed.
BOG last week in the Masters grand final, which we called. There's some interesting news out of that Masters final. I'll tell you about it later on. How was your week at uni? Was all very good, mate?
All very good. A little bit cool, but that's expected at this time of the year in the Central West, David. Still a bit dry, but there's a downfield whistle there. Being paid downfield for our disposal.
Yeah, by Rachel Robinson, the non-controlling umpire. Lucas, speaking about the Central West, I saw a photo of a friend posted on Facebook last week of she was flying out of Dubbo Airport in the sunlight. And I come from that part of the world, as you know. I haven't seen it that dry ever.
Oh, it's
bad.
Particularly dry and barren out there at this time of the year, David, especially with all the frost you can get out there at this time of the year. It's looking a little worse for wear, that's for sure. Picked off there by Delaney,
who has killed it today on the ball. She's just been brilliant. Over there towards, I think is that Rachel Goodenough in 27? It could have been Peter Elliott, actually. And all out of bounds. No, umpire says that's mine. And I believe you've got some news for us as regards some things you're going to be doing in cricket in the next period of time, Lucas.
Yeah, some work with Cricket New South Wales and one of your good friends in particular, Tim Cox, as well, David. So great to spend some time with him so far, which has been good. Very
dear friend, and one of the cricket officers for this part of the world in Lake Macquarie. And let me tell you, Lucas Holmes, a superb cricketer. Played 10 years first grade for the University of New South Wales. Has a baggy green cap as a member of the Australian countryside, and doing great things down here. And Lucas has been fortunate enough to have been selected for an internship with Cricket New South Wales. So on behalf of myself and everybody, congratulations, mate. You should be very proud, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, David. Can't wait to get started in that role. It's going to be good, that's for sure. Cricket's going to evolve big time of year as well, but we'll stay for football at the moment.
Lynch looking really lively as a power forward today. She's kicked 2 goals already, although again Singleton setting most of their good plays across centre half back. Brianna Howard, again very experienced. We've called Brianna a few times. We actually get to, by my calculations, we'll get to call Singleton 3 weeks in a row in the women's, because next week Lucas and I will be at Dick Bell Oval and Nelson Bay for Nelson Bay and Singleton in the Black Diamond Cup. And then in the last week of the season, Lucas and I, we hope, will be at Newcastle City and Singleton up there at Rose Point Park, Louis, for our only visit to the Mid-Hunter for the year.
Yep. Always good to get up there. Great club, great people up there, Singleton and Musselbrook as well. So always good to get up there.
Couldn't agree more. They're lovely people, aren't they? They really are. One of Lucas's good mates, Caitlin Wolf, and she's just a lovely person, isn't she, Lou? She really is the nicest you can be. taking that mark. She's become actually quite an accomplished footballer, as is this young lady. Sam Delaney has become a very handy player. Wolf has a real red-hot go. Oh, great smother. Was that Coburn? Yep. Here goes Tory. Steps inside. Steps on a Thripney bit. Comes back inside. Nutmeg. Oh, no, not quite. It's good to see Dogan back out there, Louis. She was taken off injured at the end of the first quarter. And she's back out there, which is good to see. Coburn in a marking contest against Wolf. Kai McBride. Mum being the coach of the Singleton side. Just gets a kick out there. Thump back along the line. Over there is goal, I think, in 21. Over there's Edsel in 12. Handball comes out slightly dicey. Madeline Campbell about to come on the field. Baker from distance! Could be a mark here, no, dropped, and is a point. Or has that hit the post? I haven't seen a signal yet. It is, it did. It's no goal. No score at all, Louis.
You'll be right.
Play good. Blake game played in the right spirit between two fierce local rivals, and Warners Bay just a bit too good in the end. Very experienced Warners Bay play side, Louis.
I think they were, David, and in particular with both sides fighting or on the edge for finals contention this year. I think that's what maybe drove the competitive spirit a bit more than what we've seen in the past. But overall, very clean, very fast game out there, David. The wind didn't play that much of an effect as I thought it may have. I thought it may have picked up a bit more, but overall it was a fairly clean fixture and a very good game to officiate, David.
Thank you. Good job to yourself and the Cardiff umpire. I know the square's hard. I know if we rolled it, you'd be taking a new ball in a week. With that little bit of rain that the Lake Macquarie area's got, is the ground actually not too bad underfoot,
It
Lucas?
isn't too bad, actually. You still want a bit of firmness there. You don't want to be too soft, but as you alluded to, with that bit of rain, it's the surface we needed a bit of rain in the past as well. So the surface is actually quite good for this time of the year, David.
And I understand that cricket block's hard as a cat's head.
Yeah, it's fairly solid in there. Sure is. That had the privilege of umpiring as well today with Anthony Cross, David, the father of Xander and Arizona Cross as well.
Okay,
so that was good.
Yeah, that was Crossy, very good, yes. Of course, Arizona Cross, one of our favourites here in Bar TV, has had an ACL reconstruction in recent times. And awful to see Arizona go through that. And Lucas, we both hope, and I'm sure everybody in football hopes, that Arizona, who's such a talented young player, comes back flying in the middle of next year.
Xander also having an issue with his arm as well, David, so he's currently out injured as well.
Di Crep on the fly. Not a better side in the league with Di on the fly. And she's gone onto the ball, Di Crep. Ball right out. Well, umpire Cruikshank says that'll be mine, thank you. Ryan Stanton just going past us, going through his run-throughs. Will be umpiring the Black Diamond Cup fixture at 1:55. Lucas Holmes and his sidekick D. Redden will be calling that game. I reckon I'm comfortable enough to talk about this on here. It's quite interesting, Lucas, to listen to the highlights packages that Bar TV put up that are so superb. And all I hear is your voice. It's quite strange after all this time. It's actually I'm enjoying it. And I know that we're getting some good feedback, Lucas, from around the league. And people are really enjoying your commentary. So are you enjoying taking that sort of a more lead role?
I sure am, David. It's good as well, being sort of more of the special comments over the years. Now you get to pick up the tendency of the players, as well as Delaney splits a pack and goes straight into the forward 50s. Is that Baker on the end of that? I think it is. Baker.
What a magnificent day we've got here. Baker's a chance. She can kick him. Baker's a thumping kick when she gets a hold of it. That's not a bad effort. At the back. Not marked. Lynch, who's already kicked two. Caitlin Wolf, who's just come off for rest, has been superb today so far. Here comes Chester, who's just come on the ground. And Marty Ryman coming back to say hello after his commentary debut, Lucas Holmes, earlier on.
Just a question for Lucas J. Holmes. Second quarter, ball gets thrown back, not on the full and at a player's feet. Was that a 50?
Was it at his feet, Marty?
No, I reckon it was about a metre to the left of his feet. It was a terrible throw.
Advice taken on board?
I did say on air that I really enjoy watching you umpire because you let the game flow and you hardly noticed.
And he did say that, and that's one of the things about watching you umpire, and we're not trying to embarrass you.
No, that's right.
If you have a doubt, you let them play. You only blow your whistle, and if you are consistent with that, the umpiring, players get used to that. But when an experienced coach says, Lucas Holmes lets them play, you let them play. You did a very good job, mate.
Well, thanks, David. And that's the thing, though. It's a great tool for umpires as well around the league. They get to work on the positioning and things, looking back at the coverage which we provide. So it's a great tool for a coaching tool as well.
Point there to Warners Bay. And look, just while you're there, thank you very much to Marty Ryman. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. It was really good to pick your brain, mate. Thank you so much. I know, I'm sure our viewers will get a lot out of it. Thank you so much. No epic 2016 sprays today, please. Lovely mark, Diane Krepp, who's got exquisite hands. Away goes Di, running to a natural left. Hamilton just goes to ground at the wrong time. Chester misses. Howard, who's been solid at centre-half back. That's a thumping kick. Chased here by McKenny. Will she get to it first? Does. Goes with the Cristiano Ronaldo tactics. Oh, Hamilton's in a dangerous area. Screws it around. Up there's Jedrzak. Ball kicked out by Singleton. As you can hear, Sammy Delaney there. Not quite to get Clark to Chester. Should use hands, Chester. Does. Very cleverly. Ball whacked up towards the centre. Baker out of position this time. And a mark taken deep in defence, and that's half-time. So the score at half-time, Warners Bay 6-5-41. Singleton 2 behind. Lucas and I will be back with you in a few minutes' time.
Sorry that. No, that's fine. I could adjust it on my camera. So it wasn't irreversible. Not irreversible though, so. Yeah, there's one in that unwide room, but there's like a block. See where that brown wall is to the left? There's a couple there as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need. of these things. Hence why, but it's basically what happened today is they couldn't get the gate open. And the guy used the way and he shut up in, and they couldn't get the gate open. And then he's like, oh, they can come in, 30, and again picks up. They did that. The live wasn't working, so we had live streaming, so like all the time, trying to figure out what's going on there. The red tickets come in, off, and that. It's just been all over the place. But basically, it all just happened. It all just be quite we got it all because it's all recorded. So, it's all there. Yeah, I know, yeah. No, it should be fine. We've got it. It's all good. So, I'm just happy that it's all working now. Yeah. Did McKellar have some issues last week? Did he hurt himself last week?
Yeah, he's probably out to 3-4. So ligaments in the ankles.
Back just in time for, well, maybe first week. Oh, you get the week. You get the week off anyway. So.
Yeah, so he should be back.
Beautiful. Thanks, Rick.
Oh, really? Oh, oh, jeez. I'll get in trouble if I do that. But, hey. Gotta get ring 4 packs of rock. Yeah, because the ankle's up in That's why I asked.
I still had a nice pair of shoes on you. I only got to wear a right shoe now. That's pretty good.
I only had you one play, you got the way. I was okay with that. Hey, Lucas, how are you, mate? How are you? Good, thank you. Really needed a triple digit.
Everyone.
Floodgates, maple, correct?
Just lay low, I'd say.
Right, Kyle, all right, mate?
Yeah, all right. You?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. In there in the sun, actually. It's quite nice out there. Yeah. Yeah.
You're an umpiring today?
Yeah, I'm umpired this morning and then just here for these next 2 games, so it should be good.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be here all afternoon, so a good bit of fun. So
Yeah.
see how we go. Really tough one there, but we've been the benchmark in the competition for the last number of years now, so yeah.
Haven't lost.
Sorry?
Haven't lost.
No, I don't think they have actually, no.
Did I keep your seat warm enough?
Yeah, it's fine, mate. You did a good job.
I was coming over to say hello. I didn't expect to sit down and
That's right. That's all right. Good job. That's all good. So you are playing this afternoon, aren't you? Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to forget about a strip for one.
Yeah, but so you don't sound like you've got the money actually.
It took every bit of me to like talk through
Yeah.
the croak the whole time I was
But you didn't sound too bad though. Like you didn't come across as.
fluid.
Yeah. Okay.
I ended up just had a single.
Oh right, so that probably helped.
I had it all done.
Yeah. All guns blazing.
Should be a good game for that.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be tough.
I didn't touch on it when I was cutting the days, but like, we've got Marty's last home game as coach, Old Boys Day. We've got a strong side in.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to get everyone keen to win their own battle. I don't know what
Exactly.
will.
I don't know what will. Yeah.
Riley's first game back today as well, isn't it?
No,
No, he
second.
played last
So,
week.
oh, he did play last week.
Played in the
okay.
forward pocket last week, didn't he,
Yeah,
Caroline?
played 3 quarters.
That's a handy in.
Kicked the Sealer, I believe. Took a nice specky in the pocket and took the goal after.
Yeah, okay.
I was so hungry.
You would have loved it last week, Dave. Little Jared May.
Yeah, well, good question.
Are we allowed to play another person if they come before half time?
What way on my team list?
No. So no.
You have to answer count high, but I would suggest not.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't know she was coming. Sydney watching.
Little Jared May taking a one-handed specky on yours truly. I don't know how little Jared jumped that high, but
You are a good launching pad, can't you?
I know it's happened 3 times this year.
Will McKellar's done ligaments in his ankle.
Saw that ankle a minute ago.
Yeah. Back in Chris, as he walked past, he reckons 3 to 4 weeks. So
That hurts.
should be back around week 1 of the finals, hopefully.
They're not in week 1 of the finals.
That's what I mean though. So he has a week off, so he'll be right. He said he should be right to come back.
Handy.
Yeah, I know. He played on the wing last week too.
Really?
Yeah.
He whacked a bit for him as well, didn't he?
I got no idea. I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you think so.
I umpired.
He had, I had him put on the team this week.
Yeah. No, I was
I'm sure a kid was a big drinker, but he deserves a beer tonight, I'm telling you.
Hey Dave, did you get a plug in for your cooking show?
Sorry?
Did you get a plug in for your cooking show? Dave's cooking.
I don't do those things. I don't plug it at all.
Go doggies!
Back for the second half here of this women fixture between Singleton and Waters Bay. Kendall Clausen, Lucas Holmes, and David Ridden with you. We've had a bevy of commentators today, but now you've got the two of us, the Wood Ducks, for the rest of the afternoon. Zali Mertens, who hasn't actually had much football today as the standing umpire, the sort of ball hasn't followed her around much. Rachel's had a lot more of the football today, and so is young Cruikshank. Goal umpires here. Thank you, Zali. We are away. Die crept back where she belongs for mine in the ruck. Wolf. You don't realise how strong Caitlin Wolf is, Lucas, until you see her in football gear. And she is really powerfully built, particularly strong around the torso. That's why she gets a lot of drive and can really hit and tackle. But you don't, as I said, she's one of those people you just don't realise how really strong and well, powerfully built she is.
And she's improved massively on its kicking over the last few years as well, David, which has definitely helped the game along a long way.
It's funny that Warners Bay aren't going to make the finals in 2019. The final 6 is set. But you can actually see the development of a lot of these players. Coburn on the fly. One bounce. Loves the... It's just such a wonderful sight to see Tori Coburn in full flight. She is such a good footballer. And battling hard with a side that have really struggled in the second half of the season, lost a few players mid-season. But Coburn's such a good footballer. But yes, you can see the development after watching different clubs play. But in Warner's base case, I was sitting here with when you were doing your paperwork, and I said, Warner's Bay are playing like a top 6 side. Oh, great tackle. Really, really good. Is that Brianna Howard? It is. And there's just, you can see them, and you're right, people like Wolf and Delaney, just this skill level has really has built up, and you wonder what it would have been like if they had the opportunities like you did to play football as a junior.
Well, and you bring in players like Newsted we were talking about before, as well as Wellings, and Abby Lynch has also made a huge impact into this side as well, David. So they've had some handy inclusions at the start of 2019.
And remember, 2 of their stalwarts, Elizabeth Brown and Rachel Evans, are not playing today through injury. So Gabby Clark gets that forward. Newstead's gone forward. Well done, Dogan. He gets a low ball that goes 50. Well, 45 probably, not 50. Tap out there, Delbridge, who's been good this year for Warners Bay. Almost a push in the back, not paid. Lawrence, who's been fantastic today. Thumps the ball forward. Now, who's at the back? You've got to use the shoulder here. Does Jedrzak. Nutmegs herself. Kicks it. Oh, that's amazing how that's fallen in Dogan's hands. And again kicks a reverse Mungle spiral that goes 45. Wolf. Let's check her composure here. Just takes her eyes off it. Crep roving well for a 6'2" rover. Comes wide. Out there is Morris. Gets a kick that well done, Morris. Really well done, Morris. This is the ruck Butters. Almost a push in the back. Ali Merton's caught slightly obscure there. I thought that was a shoulder in the back. Good tackle, Liz Moore. And Mertens will call that in for us. Ball up. Crep and Butters here. Crep loves to use that shoulder, but good tap Butters. Good tackle, Wolf on Coburn. She's got to be gone this time. Oh, what about the first tackle? That's a really interesting one. There was one that happened in your game that was the same. It wasn't your call, though. Umpire Cross made a call on a holding the ball decision that went to, an over-the-shoulder went to Nick Koshin.
Yep.
And we both thought that Koshin had actually been caught with the ball well before the high tackle. But anyway.
It was amazing to me earlier as well. Nick Koshin playing the majority of the game in the ruck as well, David. So it was an interesting one to me.
There you go. Good, mate. Good to see you, pal.
Yeah, good to be back.
Good, great stuff. Dogan with the third kick. She gets a much better drop point on that. That's actually a lovely kick. Perfect to Breeze. Couldn't have pinpointed better. Butters is on her own here. Krebs got to go. Does enough to put her off. Uses that left shoulder of hers. Now they've got to fight for the ball. Crep and Butters, very good one-on-one contest. Couldn't ask for better, could you, Louis? That was an even, fair, hard contest.
It was, David, and it was well done by Crep to begin with. Did enough pressure to put Butters off without infringing in the marking contest.
Crep uses that right shoulder for leverage and gets a left hand to it. Clark's got to get rid of it. Great tackle, Tori Coburn. And away goes Tori. Delaney is quick. Coburn gets a half torpedo to that one. McPherson at the back. Abby Lynch just about to go back on in. Had to a goal cooking tally of 2 for today. Oh, lovely left use of the left foot there by Morris. Straight down the spine they go, and it's open pasture. Anybody's ball here. Who's going to get there first? Lawrence is pushed fair square in the back. Lucas Holmes is giving the umpiring call. And she's on. They've got a change here. If Lynch can run to free space, she might get this football. Does. So she's just come straight off and should take Dogan on for speed. Should take her on. Good bump, Lynch again. Dogan's done well and kicks it out of bounds on the full. That will be Lynch's free kick. All created Lucas by an interchange.
Sure was, David. They spotted it well, actually, from the coaching bench as well. It was on.
Yes, they did. The coaches spotted that, not us. Lynch. She's improved out of sight, Lucas. That left foot's gone 45.
Zero, dead. Dead, number 7, full forward.
Over there is Outsilon 12. It's strange, Louis, watching a TV screen that's as big as my head. But it helps. Wolf coming into this contest. Coach Tracy Baker about to come on here to add to her goal kick in total with that thumping right foot of hers. Of course, played for the representative Newcastle side this year. Tracy Baker kicked a couple of goals. And in Newcastle's winning side in the rep. It did very well, stacked it. Boundary throw in coming in here. Got to get a handball away. Oh, dangerous across goals, Louis. In there is Moole. Great tackle. Should be gone.
That is.
Up by Cruikshank, right on the spot. Delaney. Oh, that's a lovely kick. Right to the hot spot. Lawrence. No, mark taken. She's got to get rid of that now. Lawrence gets a tackle on. That's a throw, is it? Reckon that might be a throw to Sam Lawrence. I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Incorrect disposal. Lawrence has been dynamic at centre half forward. And she spent some time on the ball as well. Good view of this one on your cameras. And sorts it. Warners Bay, 6-7-5-47, I beg your pardon. First goal of the quarter, actually, after 7.5 minutes. Singleton 2 behinds. Lucas, some comments?
Belmont 16-footer Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of AFL Hunter Central Coast.
And the tallest man in the league running water out here, Jeremy Schwartz. That's 6 foot 227. Makes me look short, Louis. Good to see the plate guys out there doing their duties, helping the women's side from Warners Bay. 45 points of difference. 8.25 minutes gone, quarter number 3. Kendall Clausen, Lucas James Holmes and David Redden with you. Lucas is getting himself ready for the Terrigal Vocal Warners Bay clash at 1:55. That will be a cracking clash, a real test for Warners Bay, Lucas. Real test.
It will be, David. And speaking to Kane Gibbs off air before, and saying that wouldn't be a reason why the Warners Bay players wouldn't want to get up for this game, David. Last home game of Marty Ryman here at Warners Bay. Old Boys Day as well, David. It's going to be a big afternoon here.
They tried to set up a handball there, and Justin Howard was good enough. Delaney! Right footsteps, wicked. Baker in there, loitering with intent once again. And out of bounds. Yeah, there's every reason to play well. Every reason. You know, Marty Ryman, who's officially announced his retirement from coaching the club on air. So we can talk about that now. We'll have a chat about... Lynch again! Baker puts the hip in. And that's a goal, Tracy Baker, I'm sure. It is. Warners Bay really putting the foot down now after a good start to the quarter by Singleton. Warners Bay 8-5-53, Singleton to behinds. Lucas James Holmes.
ISC have been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel from grassroots to elite sporting teams for over 20 years and are proud to be the preferred apparel supplier of AFL Hunter Central Coast for the 2019 season.
I had the funniest experience early on today, Lucas. Jade McPherson came into the ground, and she was a bit late for her duties as the women's side here at Warners Bay, 2 early duties, and she said, I couldn't get the hair done. I said, that's not a problem I have, Jade. She just laughed. So Di Crep back where she belongs in the centre, off with Butters. Crep gets it, and that's the advantage of Di Crep, is she can use either hand in a ruck. Gee, it makes a big difference. Lawrence, great pick up, Lawrence. Check side right foot kick towards Newstead. Oh, Jess has got a chance there. Dumps it forward. Lynch and Baker roving. Here's Baker now, puts a tackle on. Lynch has gone down. Let's just hope she's okay. That was quite a solid contact. She's up and running. And the umpire, Cruikshank's paid over the shoulder. Fair enough. And a kick out there to Edsel.
It's great to see players from both teams supporting Are You OK round today as well, David. It's great to see.
If you see any of the players in close-up, as Lucas Holmes is talking about holding the ball, decision given by Mertens, you'll see a question mark that's been painted or stuck onto their arms. It's about Are You OK Day. Lucas, I work at a university with 51,000 people, and mental health is a huge issue there, like it is in the rest of society. And should be a mark to Newstead. No, not pay the mark for some reason. Must have been touched. Lawrence gets a handball out. And it is okay to ask if someone's okay, Lucas. That's all what it's about. And we have clubs in our league that have had painful first. Oh, look, Delaney steps, but brilliantly tackled by Coburn. One play you really wouldn't want us to try and step Tori Coburn. Good tackle made by Newstead. Can she bend? She can. Handball out. Out there to Delbridge. Lynch at the back. Needs to be in front. Lawrence too strong. Lawrence! Misses. 8-6-54. Singleton 2 behinds. But we've got clubs in our league that have had all sorts of experiences. Did you nearly use your sheet again, Lucas Holmes? Gracious me, he's hopeless, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't tape his sheet down. Does it every week. He does it just to pee me off, I reckon. Out just past the arc. Delaney, absolutely disposed of in no uncertain terms, and she's slightly wounded. Sorry, it wasn't Delaney. Delaney's on the football now. That was Campbell, I think, who's coming back from concussion. Let's hope she's okay. Good chest mine, not paid. Just dropped the last second. Thumps it forward. Di Krebs on her own. Why, I don't know. Away goes Diane. Plays on. Oh, has a bounce if you don't mind. Newstead, finish it. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle, Krepp trying to make up for the fact that she had a bounce. Thumps it forward. Where's Baker? Misses a mark. There's Lawrence. Lynch for 3. Over the shoulder paid Lucas Holmes, I think, to Lawrence.
Against Lawrence, I think, David.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No, excuse me, had his arm around the wrong way, so it is going to Lawrence.
I can tell you from when you watch umpires every week, it is difficult when their hair goes the wrong way because you sit there and you make a guess yourself. Oh, it's a free kick or whatever. Lawrence, this time she kicks the goal. Another goal, Sam Lawrence, who, for mine, I've always seen her playing a fullback. She's dangerous up forward. She's got lovely hands. And double to Sam Lawrence. Warners Bay 9-6-60, Singleton 2 behinds.
Awards Are Us. Established over 25 years ago, Awards Are Us pride themselves on an ability to supply high-quality work and personal professional service. David and Lisa are experienced in fulfilling the most complex of needs of their clients. Special deals are available for all AFL Hunter Central Coast clubs.
Thank you, Lucas. Rachel Robertson with the football. Diane Krepp, who had a bounce. That's got to be a fine denied. Di Krepp having a bounce at 1 kilometre an hour. That is being fined tonight. Good! Diane's gone. And I've got all the brains trust from the Waters Bay women's on my left, nodding their head. And it won't be forgotten, I'm telling you. Diane Krepp's good. Dogan kicks that ball square about 80 metres. Out there, Gall chasing, along with Campbell. Might go out of bounds, actually. Has another area. Campbell keeps it. It eventually goes out of bounds now. But yes, Lucas, getting back to Terry Glavoka and Warners Bay this afternoon. Warners Bay have got to play with credibility. They've got to go hard, and they've got to make Terry Glavoka play outside their square. If you let Terry Glavoka go along with playing inside their comfort zone, they're almost unbeatable. And it puts a context on that Carter performance earlier in the year that they haven't been beaten again, and Carter for going this way, pointing down, and Terry Glavoka since that point, I think might have got a wake-up call. It makes a big difference, Lucas, in my mind, that James Hart's playing again.
It is, David. He's been a big inclusion this year. The stalwart of their backline, James Hart. We missed him last year. Ultimately could have proved costly in the end, but he's back this year bigger and better is James Hart, and he's been amazing as he so often is in their back half.
Well done, Kai McBride. That she's done so well there. She was out of position. Coburn should go on, Di Krepp, but umpire Di actually just stopped, listened to the whistle, but it was holding the ball. And as Lucas said, Caitlin Wolf, whose deliveries become just like that. That's exactly what Lucas. Please talk us through what you've seen in Caitlin Wolf in the last 3 years. Talk to it, please. You know Caitlin.
Well, she played a bit of football at Lake Macquarie, David, those first few years of the women's competition. Came over to Warners Bay a few years ago and had particular trouble kicking on the run, I think, David. She's just slowed down a bit as Tracy Baker's just pulled a bit to the near side for a point. Just working on a kicking technique more in general and then making that step into improving kicking off the run. It's improved herself as a player in general as well, David. It's shown in the long run, that's for sure.
Now, did you go to school with Caitlin?
No.
You didn't go to school with Caitlin. Singleton working with a small huddle here. Howard's gone right. Sorry, Lou, go on.
No, that's right. No. That's fine.
And Delaney is now playing football at a level, if you look at this game, that Delaney should be in the Newcastle squad for the three-sided series at Ferrydale that Lucas Holmes missed this year because he happened to be in Malta at the time, which is lovely of a family holiday. I have a colleague of mine at work is Maltese, and he goes back to Malta every couple of years. He just loves it. Delaney again heading towards a vote, I would suggest. Coburn might get one. Crep thumps it forward. Lawrence in front. For once misses. Good mark. That's Kai McBride sitting there at fullback. Thumps it forward. Lawrence. Step. Too powerful, Lawrence. Thumps it forward. McBride misses. Here's Baker. Can she snipe? Wants the brilliant handball, Baker. Lynch is going to run in and kick the easiest goal in history. Abby Lynch's third goal today, all set up by a brilliant handball. Abby Lynch's third, and Warners Bay careering away with this one. 10-7-67. Singleton 2 behinds, Lucas Holmes.
Just expanding on your point you made earlier, David, you were talking about Liz Brown and Rachel Evans not being there today. Yes, they're very experienced players, but I think it might be even gives them a different look, the Warners Bay forward line. It lets them be a lot more dynamic, and that we saw then that ball movement there was electric, and they got them out of the back on that occasion.
Will, mate, ligaments, mate. Will McKellar joining us on Bar TV. How are you, mate?
Thanks. I'm good, thanks.
See you in a moon boot, so it's not good to see Will McKellar in a moon boot, but just a couple of weeks.
All for sympathy. It's all for sympathy.
All for sympathy? Okay.
Back for the grand final.
Oh, good man. Terrigal local women's side going okay today, are they? Okay. So Lucas Holmes was mentioning that earlier on air. Langasdale is not playing, Lucas. We'll get that sorted out at a break. Actually, I'm the sidekick. I've got to take the sheet now. I've got to get used to this role of being the sidekick. I can assure you, when you've already done 2 games of football, having someone come in as experienced as Lucas Holmes do it is most enjoyable for me. Single chance if a single. They should give that to. Is that Coburn loping up? No, it's Moore. Good tackle, Delaney. Superb. And I would suggest, look, is that a bit of mouth? Yes, it is. No, the ball not given back properly. She's put the ball on the ground, I reckon, Louis. And Rachel Robinson's given the only decision she can. Delaney, for my Lucas Holmes, is headed towards at least 1 vote, possibly 3.
From what I've seen today, David, she's been electric through there, breaking packs, and her delivery's been good as well today. Delaney goes to the outer side this time.
Oh, good bump, Liz Moore. And written really well by Gorton, actually. In comes Lawrence, just using that powerful body. Goes right. Now, where's Baker? She'll be at the back of Dogan here. Dogan has actually had a reasonable quarter at fullback. She's actually got quite a lot of football. Coburn, he's been quite sublime today in a beaten side. Lawrence, handballs out, Gorton. 1 more handball's required here. That should be over the shoulder and paid. Cruikshank got that correct. He actually had a very good view of that from where he was. He was slightly out of position, but for that free kick, it was a perfect position. And chance at a goal after the quarter. Probably most unrealistic. It'll go about 30 metres. And that's the end of the quarter. As long as that ball stops, it does. So at the end of quarter number 3, Warners Bay 10-7-67, Singleton 2 behind. So we'll be back with you shortly here at Fane Oval. We lost power. Lucas, is that on or off? Could you put that back? I think I've lost power here. Is it? Okay, so down there, that white plug I think's come out slightly of the wheel up there. Have a look.
Is that better now?
Yeah, we're charging them both. Thank you.
Do you want me to make those changes now for the...
Yeah, because you and I am stuck.
That's right. You've done 2 games. I completely understand.
Thank you.
Burns up there.
Which is extraordinary because I was cold early on. Beautiful.
Oil.
What's the score?
67 to 2. 10-7 to 2 behind, Elizabeth.
So what's our goal? It's supposed to be that how do I play?
10-7, 67 to 2 behind.
10-7.
We're getting it right now, Nelly. Back with you for the last quarter of this fixture here at Fane Oval between Warners Bay and Singleton, with Terrigal-Oka going past us at the moment. Ethan Formby and Pete Van Dam getting ready for the big game at 1:55. Thank you, Rachel. If I could have that back, please, sir, and I'll get back into my duties. Thank you. Away we go in the fourth quarter. Warners Bay up by 65, one of their better wins of the year this will be. Elliott running a muck at the moment. Howard comes across, makes a contest, and so did Lynch. Kai McBride chasing hard. And gets the football. Coburn actually got the kick. Jade McPherson, lovely step, flying through the middle. Great sight, Jade McPherson in full flight. And Kai McBride takes a very clever mark at back flank. Lucas Holmes is getting ready for the big game. Terrigal-Oka and Warners Bay at 1:55. Tori Coburn takes a mark. Probably her 30th touch, 35th touch. I would not be surprised to see Tora get a vote today. And shanks the kick slightly, but ends up in the hands of Bianca Morris. We'll be up in Singleton in a couple of weeks, Louis, for the final game of the home and away season. And then that should be throwing the ball. Rachel Robinson thought about it. McPherson continues on. She'll go straight through and hard. Delaney, who has been electrifying in this game, particularly like Hamilton, who started off like a house on fire. And Lucas and I are proud to announce that the semi-finals of the AFL HCC have been awarded. And the hosts of the two semi-finals, both on the 24th of August, as Butters takes a good mark and enjoys it, will be Maitland and Muswellbrook, Lucas Home. So Hunter Valley finals for both semis. Of course, the structure, Newstead getting in possession here. The structure is that 1 and 2 in all grades get a week off. And we know that pretty much that Newcastle City and Terrigal Lake will occupy those positions in the plate and the cup. And in the women's, the second preliminary final spot's up for grabs. But it would appear that Killarney Vale can't be budged from getting one of those preliminary finals, Louis.
Looks like that'll be the case at the moment, David. First time for you and I up at Muswellbrook. It looks like that's where we're going to be at this stage for a long time, David. So it'll be good to get back up.
Baker! I reckon that's a goal. The 2 hand salute from the coach. And that is Tracy Baker's 3rd goal. She was quite happy to tell us that she kicked 4 last week, Lucas Holmes. So she'll be hard to stop tonight. Warners Bay 11-7, Singleton 2 behind. Yes, Lucas, I haven't been to Wirraman Field, so I know you have. I haven't ever been there. If that's where we end up, yeah.
Yeah, even with me, David, haven't been up there for a number of years now, so it'll be good to reacquaint ourselves to that part of the world.
Yeah, the ground's in good nick. I heard someone ran me during the week and said the ground at Max McMahon Oval in Rutherford is absolutely superb at the moment. It's just in the best nick. So, well done to everybody. So Maitland and Muswellbrook, the confirmed semi-finals. The grand final, of course, lovely tap down Newstead, left-handed. The grand final, of course, Lucas Holmes, Newcastle on one sports ground.
Indeed, David, as it's been in the way for the last few years now. Some great facilities there. Great perspective for us as well.
Over the shoulder, yep. You know what? Newcastle number 1's aging. But for me, since I became part of that football and cricket, going to number 1 just holds, there's something special about Newcastle number 1. And, good mark. No, Lynch almost takes that mark. Elliott just gets a handball out. Baker's on for 4 here. Magnificent handball. Lynch will kick a 4th. Great football, Warners Bay Football Club. Abby Lynch having a day out, running off the coach. Abby Lynch has 4. Warners Bay 12-7, Singleton 2 behind. Lucas Holmes.
CFM, the Central Coast number 1 station for hits and old school is 101.3 CFM. Wake up with Gaundy and ash pie for breakfast. Full of pranks, real talk and passion for the community and local initiatives to start your day. That's the Central Coast number 1 station for hits and old school, 101.3 CFM.
So, yes, Lucas and I, somewhere in the Hunter will be on the 24th of August. And then preliminary final, still a couple of things to arrange yet, so we can't announce those yet. And grand final, of course, and I've got permission to speak about this from the league. And grand final, Newcastle on one sports ground on Saturday, the 7th of September. And Lucas and I will have the great pleasure 3 days before that of being at the Elliott Davey Medal Night at the Belmont 16 Footers Club, which will be streamed live on Bar TV, Lucas Holmes. And cannot wait for that. Should be a cracking night. I'm fascinated to see who's going to win the league best and fairest in the cup. I reckon that Andrew Scott's a chance with the fact that Brassington hasn't played half the season. Brassington and Scott have taken votes of each other in the past. And the other one that I reckon is going to go well is that ball just goes over the head of Wellings. Wide. She gets a good piece of that. Almost an over the head mark. Makes a very good effort, does Clark. Lynch, who's on 5 goals. She's kicked 4. I think Connor Haswell's a chance myself. I think Baker! Lovely hands from the coach. She might have a ping from there. No, doesn't. Chops it up. Lynch sandwiched between 2 players. Dogan, one of them, who went hard at it. Credit to her. Went hard and fair, I should add. It's a contact sport. Don't want to play football, go play netball. Delaney, no, can't get to it. Wellings. Screws that around right down the spine. Lynch is in front and takes it. She has developed out of sight, Lucas Holmes. Just the skills and that out-of-hand coordination and taking marks. Lynch for 5, Rosie Holmes. 5 if she kicks it. I reckon she's got a piece of that. Superb performance by Abby Lynch. That's 5 goals. Warners Bay flying along here. A 13-7-85. Singleton 2 behind. So Lucas again for mine. I guess the opposition is struggling.
Yep.
Playing competitive football. The development in some of these players is really, you can see them on the upward. Just talking to Rosie Holmes, she's right in front of us. Just their development has been, it's really interesting to watch.
It has, David, but in that instance as well, Lynch has also got to play in front, and which she's done on that occasion, and took a strong overhead mark as well.
I think that's the skill that's the one when you notice the players have made the next step, is their ability to take marks, especially in traffic like that, and especially above their head, Lucas. It's not an easy skill. I didn't play football till I was 12, and I still to this day am a hopeless overhead mark. I can take it by the ground, but overhead marking is just a skill. Delaney in and under. Fair contest. No tackle made, actually. On will come Rachel Goodenough and also Sammy Lawrence. Rachel Goodenough first. Well done, Butters. Coburn reads it brilliantly. Sam Lawrence about to go onto the ball here. Well, Jess Newstead coming off for a spell. Delaney in superb form at the moment. Fit, quick, committed, and skillful. And that's a deadly combination. Lynch chasing backwards, and another possession, Delaney. Hamilton makes a contest. Elliott also makes a contest. Where's Baker? No, Baker's out of this one. Jedrzak, handball's off. Baker's a chance if she can pick it up. Can she step inside? $1 million turn, finish it! Oh, that's brilliant. Tracy Baker take a bow. Tracy Baker has now kicked 4 goals. And that was very clever, Lucas, and to use the left side, that was brilliant.
It sure was, David. Shows how Australian rules football has become a two-sided body of sport, unless you heave Shaw. But there we go. No, great turn from Tracy Baker there, and a great finish to boot as well.
And it must be fair to say that Heath Shaw has had an interesting second half of his career, discarded by the Collingwood Football Club after some silly boy antics off the park. And of course, he's a Shaw, so he's royalty.
Yeah.
And goes to GWS probably at the crossroads, and is now a 300-gamer, Lucas Holmes.
It's a great move, I think, in the end, from Heath Shaw's point of view. I think he needed that reboot, David. I'm not sure. It's similar maybe to Jordan Ruffhead and what he experienced at the Western Bulldogs. Maybe a bit stale for him, and I think it was a great move for Heath Shaw, and he's proved why he's been one of the best backmen in Australian rules football for a long time.
Oh, yeah, he also got away from Didak and Rhys Shaw at the same time. That might have something to do with it, Louis.
Swan, Johnson, yeah. It was, the Rat Pack down there.
It's a big Rat Pack too. There was some the wild lads in there. Swan, from what I understand, he's the leader of the pack.
You're not wrong there, David.
Seriously play football. Brownlow medalist for the Collingwood Football Club. Premiership player for the Collingwood Football Club, Lucas Holmes, in the last drawing grand final of all time. In 2010, when Lucas was a young bloke. I'm sure he was still a Collingwood fan then, though. Chester. Goes right. Don't know if Collingwood's going to win the flag this year with their injury list.
It's looking a bit shaky at this stage, David.
Yeah, they'll beat Gold Coast because Gold Coast couldn't beat Newcastle City. But I think Gold Coast are in all sorts. I really do. On and off the paddock. Butters, nice grab, centre half forward. Good to see Kurt Fleming back on the park for Terry Lavoca. Straight down the centre, ball's allowed to bounce. That's often dangerous. McPherson gets first hands on it and bravely taps it out. Good enough chasing here. Can she put a tackle on? No, she can't. Well done there by... I haven't got a 15 on my list. It might have been Edsel actually in 12. Chester, very clever defender. Squares it up. Does Blair Dermody. The face of the AFL, Jade McPherson. AFL HCC gets it wide. Out towards Delbridge. Can she step Coburn? Lovely footwork on Coburn. That's a big statement. Lynch, who's been brilliant today. Elliott, gee, they're confident. You just wonder what would have happened with a couple of other wins. That Warners Bay could have been real dangers in the final series. Hello, Caitlin. How are you? We're going well. Hamilton. Does she take a ping? She does. And kicks it behind. Caitlin Wolf back on the ground. Warners Bay up by 90, Lucas Holmes, in a convincing performance. G'day, Whitey. How are you, mate? Good, thank you. You're in 31 today, is that right? Change number. 31, my friend. Is the dog here? All right, very good, mate.
Speaking of dangerous plays before, David, and Kurt Fleming is definitely one of those.
Thank you very much. He's one of the league's premier. He chose not to play ref this year, but he would have been in the side. Don't worry about that, Lynch. Gets it forward. Scrubby old kick. Oh, good contest, Delaney. Just been brilliant. Wolf, head over the football like always. Unfortunate for her, gets a short kick picked off. Here comes McPherson. Reads it well. Just delays the attempt at the footy so she can make sure of it. Oh, Lawrence came really hard and fair. Crashed the pack, Louis, there. Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. And umpire says that's mine. So again, join Lucas Holmes and his sidekick David Michael Redden at about 1:55 today. And for the Black Diamond Cup fixture, Terrigal-Avoca Warners Bay here at Lucas, it must be said, on what is a magnificent day at Fane Oval. I was in your part of the world this morning picking up some cricket gear from a very, very good cricketer in Mark Littlewood at Dudley and Lucas. It was glorious. It was just a beautiful morning. Now you're talking about elite sportsman there, Mark Littlewood, goodness me. Free kick paid by Mertens. To Tory Coburn. But you were very lucky. I know Lucas is aware because he's an understated, quiet bloke. But just how lucky people are to live in places like Dudley and Redhead. They're just gorgeous parts of the world, aren't they, Louis? You must be very lucky to have grown up in a place like that.
Sure are, David. It's a wonderful part of the world. Great area for sport as well. It was a great tackle applied there on the outer side. Free kick going the way of Singleton.
It's Moole, I think, looking at the TV here. With Amber Lawrence about to come back on for Rachel Goodenough, as well as Madeline Campbell.
Yeah, Madeline Campbell.
Thumped out a centre-half back. Elliott, who's been very good today in the forward line, comes up for Warners Bay right in front of us. Coburn, who's just tried her guts out today. I can't put it any nicer than that. She has just been unbelievable in a beaten side. To the extent, Lucas, in a side beaten by 90 points, she might get votes. And I'd be disappointed if she didn't get at least one. She's been that good. Who do you like for the Brownlow medal?
It's an interesting one. Luke Shuey's up there, David, I think.
Patrick
Cripps. Although the injury for a few weeks may have hampered him slightly. It's definitely going to be an open one this year, David. There's no one certainty like there has been for the last few years.
Stephen Canelio, although he was a bit injured. I think Josh Kennedy's window for getting a Brownlow may have passed.
Yeah.
Josh Kennedy, the Sydney version.
Yes.
You'd expect players like Dangerfield and Fife to get good votes. Who gets them at Richmond? Don't know. Martin usually is a good vote picker-upper for one of accumulator holding the ball.
But the issue with players such as Dangerfield, you have players as Tim Kelly taking votes off each other, as we so often allude to these days. So
well, Joel Selwood's probably been robbed of a Brownlow or two by other players in his club. I mean, he's played some pretty handy ones. Sam Lawrence has kicked out 60 metres. 65 on the fly. That's an unbelievable kick. Baker not letting McBride go at all, showing the right way to go about it for her players. Lynch should kick that into Pagan's paddock. Tries. Campbell. Baker soccers to Hamilton. Jedrzak's on her own. Here come the cavalry. She's got to pick it up first. There's an injured player. It might be Emma Hamilton on that far side. And in fact, she saw And there is some concern being shown here for Emma Hamilton. She's up on it. She's up on sitting on her buttocks at the moment. Hopefully she can get up and move off her own accord. Yeah, slight right leg injury there. Just hope she's okay. Now Lawrence, judging by that last effort, Lucas, could kick this. Doesn't have enough of a run up to it.
It's Lynch at the back.
Should have taken that one. Dogan's in trouble. Too much body strength for Lynch. And gets a good. Dogan's actually had a very good second half, and for a new player, and can kick the football a long way. Over there is Clark. No, it's not Clark. Actually, it's Gorton in 62. That's where this comes in useful. I've got these, but because I can have that sheet there with that small telelo, I can get through it. 16 and 3/4 minutes gone. Warners Bay up by 90 points. Delaney once again showing a clean pair of heels. Hits Baker. Baker feigns the handball. Cross kicks it. Well done, Dogan. She has actually been quite a good player in the second half for Singleton. Got a lot of touches. And decent pair of hands. Let's see how a kick goes this time. She's been kicking them okay. Unlike a lot of the other female players, she actually gets underneath them like a driving line. She can kick them in the air. And kicking a very hard obloid football is not an easy skill, let me tell you. I never mastered it. Lucas Holmes is actually quite a reasonable kick in his playing days. Not a bad right foot kick at all, Louis. Dropped the ball correctly, that's why. Lynch. Out of bounds, I think. No, it stays in. Howard. Out towards Moore. Handball off to Howard again. And this time it's out of bounds. 18 minutes gone. Elliott going back out into the field. To replace Alex Delbridge. Baker gets the kick out. McBride beats a tackle through upper body strength. And for mine, the best player on the ground, Sammy Delaney gets a kick. Lawrence comes very hard, and that's an excellent mark, Tori Coburn. That is not a surprise, Lucas Holmes. That's a hamstring cramp. And she has just exhausted herself running today. See what, Sam Lawrence goes hard at football. Holy cow.
She does, David. She's provided a lot of variety forward for Warners Bay today, Lawrence.
Oh, it's a revelation for me. I've only ever known her as a fullback. In fact, she's played representative football as a fullback, Louis. And our first year in the Tri-Series, I'm sure she played at fullback for Newcastle at Ferrydale.
That's what you want these days, David. Multi-dimensional footballers. None better than that in our league at the moment than Connor Haswell.
Oh, man. That's dropping the ball. Sam Lawrence reckons she got one over the shoulder. About a minute to go here, and then a 10 or 11 minute rest for the tonsils, and then we'll be back into it for the Black Diamond Cup. Singleton have been game today, but clearly outgunned. Delaney. Lawrence, got to get rid of it. Doesn't. Lawrence with a double-handed tap down, a bit like Kanisha Murray. Kanisha's legs okay after that last injury saw her have. Coburn at the bottom of the pack as she's been all day. And that'll almost be the last action of this game. Delaney helps Coburn up. Coburn's still struggling with that left leg cramp, Louis. So you want to get some sports foods in today. It's actually quite warm out there now for the players. And that's by mine. That is full time. Siren to go very shortly. And there it is. Warners Bay win by 90 points. 14-8-92. Singleton 0-2-2. On behalf of Lucas Holmes, it's been a pleasure calling this game with you. My name's David Redden. We'll be back with you on Bar TV at about 1:55 for the Black Diamond Cup fixture between Terragawaka and Warners Bay. But for now, it's bye-bye. got that on the score. I need to go to the bathroom and fix it up. Yes, I saved it. Updated match score for the previous game, yes. I've done it. I've learned from the great man. You say,
Yeah, at first it was.